Hello and welcome back to Montreal. This, the first day of individual apparatus finals. Sitting alongside me in the commentary box is Craig Heap and Christine Still, and well, we are all in for a very, very exciting few hours. We're going to have 5 finals in all. Floor pommels and rings from the men and vault and bars from the women, and a lot of British interest. A lot of British anticipation as well, as Max Whitlock, the world and Olympic pommel horse champion, is here to try his very best to retain that title. Here's the start list for the men's floor exercise. Thomas Gonzalez. We've got Bram Verhofstadt from the Netherlands. Kenzo Shirai, he's certainly one to watch. Danel Wittenberg is in there as well. Yul Moldauer, his compatriot. He was up for the Style Award here at the World Championships. Very elegant gymnast on this piece of apparatus. And interestingly, Chris, there are 9 gymnasts in this floor final due to, let's call it a mishap with the floor.
Yes, the final group to perform on the floor, the final gymnast complained that there was a gap in the matting on the floor area. There's springs, wood covering springs under the mat, and one had come apart a little bit so that when you bounced on it, it was fresh air there. So they looked at the floor, they repaired it, and then they allowed the final group to redo their floor routines, which put one of the Dutch gymnasts into the final and pushed someone else out. So a protest was made, and they decided, in fairness, they would have all 9. It's quite a departure for FIG to be so movable. They're usually absolute sticklers for rules, but on this occasion, sense prevailed.
And I'm going to say the irony is the guy that complained about the floor actually didn't rerun his routine. So that's to
the
me
bizarre thing.
Yeah, so everybody in that group, and even Bram Verhofstadt, who actually performed again, he actually didn't complain about the floor but got to rerun. So I honestly think it's fair that they've actually let Thomas Gonzalez back into that floor final. Absolutely, absolutely.
So yeah, the floor final will be a little bit longer than usual. Usually it's just the top 8 gymnasts from qualification. 9 gymnasts will be competing in all.
And actually, there was a precedent set in the Olympics of 2000 in Sydney when the vault had been set at the wrong height, and it was by the second group before a gymnast complained and realised, and they allowed all the gymnasts who'd already competed to rerun their vaults. Not all of them took it up, so it is something they have done before.
A roar from the crowd and a puff of smoke as we await the arrival of the finalists for the men's floor here at the World Championships. This, the Olympic Stadium, and a fitting venue. It's the place where Nadia Comaneci scored her perfect 10. First gymnast out. This wonderful welcome from the crowd is Thomas Gonzalez. Due to retire after Rio, but as you can see, he's decided to stay on for a little bit longer.
And a very successful decision. If he's able to make the floor final, this is really one of the most contested finals.
This Bram Verhofstadt. It's actually a relatively young final, this. Bram's 22. Quite active at the recent World Cup series. Floor, his speciality. Well, here is the reigning world champion. Goes by the name of Kenzo Shirai. Got a bronze in the all-round competition. Going for glory here. Prepare to be amazed at his twisting ability. Surely the finest floor worker in the world so far since the sport began, I'll go on to say.
I think you're right, Matt. I think so.
Representing Israel,
Artem Dolgopayat. Israeli gymnast, was the 4th highest qualifier. Just outside the medals at the Europeans. He's got the moves. Today it's going to be all about the execution and keeping the deductions to a minimum. Here comes Joel Moldauer, the US floor champion. He's in the building.
First time we've seen this gymnast on the world stage, and he's impressed a lot of people.
Now, what kind of an entrance will Manrique Lardouet make? He's always the coolest customer in town. There he is. The bolt of the gymnastic arena.
Maybe this is going to be his time. He'll be disappointed with his all-around performance. He topped qualification and yet again failed to deliver. If he could just hit it, get it together.
Donnell Wittenberg, a 23-year-old from the USA, next out. He's a powerhouse, prepared. Bring it on, he says. Let's have it. I want a world medal, and I'm coming to get it.
Well, I ain't arguing with him.
Elad Karimi. Next out. There's number 7. Gymnast from Kazakhstan. Was the 8th highest qualifier. And he is the youngest gymnast in the lineup at 18. Kim Hansol will round off this floor final. He'll be last to go. He's been in quite a few floor finals at the World Championships. 5th his best placing. He's also in the vault final. So there is your lineup. So the floor area awaits, and all eyes in this arena will be on that floor area. Just the one piece of apparatus being worked at a time. And it's a lonely place out there, Chris.
It is indeed, and no warm-up. We've seen this format before. They had an hour in the arena earlier to feel the apparatus. There's a warm-up gym out the back, exactly the same apparatus, but no podium. So they have to adjust instantly. They start.
There's the lineup then of the top 9 from qualification. 9 gymnasts in this due to an error with the floor area, and after an appeal it was decided that 9 gymnasts could compete. Gonzalez starts things off. Shirai will be 3rd up. Manrique Lardouet, another gymnast to keep an eye on as well. Joel Moldauer could be in the mix, as could Donnell Wittenberg. Brace yourself for fireworks. It's time for the world final, the men's floor. Thomas Gonzalez from Chile, 31 years old. He's off.
High there, the double pike front somersault with half turn. Plenty of space, spot the floor. There's the combination tumble. Full twist, 1.5. Doesn't look the most dynamic of gymnasts, but really does create some good height. Double twisting, double bike. That's a big tumble. Showing flexibility. Lift to handstand, must control this. So gymnasts must perform a non-acrobatic element. It's one of the 4 requirements now. 2.5. Nice in the half turn, spots the floor well. Good solid start. There's the sound. Final tumble. Stands up. Triple twist. Well, what a performance from the 31-year-old Thomas Gonzalez.
Hey, that's the benchmark. I mean, through without major deduction, Chris.
Yeah, very good indeed. It's hard to be that first gymnast out. I love his opening tumble. Hopefully we'll see it again here. He has the ability that when he kicks out and makes a half turn, he sort of accelerates the move a little bit, gains himself some height. He did that on two of his tumbles. I hope this is the one. That's the combination of the 1.5 into the 1.5. Here the double-double. Can you see how he extends out of the final twist and lifts his chest? He's really very efficient. Nice, controlled tumbling, good at landing. So you see 1, 2, extend, give yourself a bit more height, chest right up. He'll lose 0.1 for that pace, but it was minimal, his deductions.
And with a 6.2 difficulty in qualification, he's there or thereabouts to be in contention.
Well, the others know they'll have to be very clean to match that.
Well, this is the gymnast that the FIG allowed to compete to make the 9. 14.266, but he'll be happy with that.
14.266 for Gonzalez. 14.266 for Gonzalez. Bram Bostad from Netherlands now. He posted a 6.1 difficulty in qualification, so slightly down on the first gymnast. And he qualified with the 7th highest score.
This is the gymnast that did his floor routine twice to qualify. That was very well landed. That's exactly what the judges want to see. Knees bend, decelerate. Just a little hop that time, but lovely height in the twisting elements. 3.5 into front with a half turn. He's really aware of where he is in the air. Have to break out at the right moment. There, the double twisting, double tuck. Good landing, just a little low with the chest. Very easy double twist and able to show his complete mastery of the move. Here's the non-acrobatic segment. Gymnast has to show strength and suppleness. Nice, stylish gymnast. So he has to have a big finishing tumble. It has to count. There's the triple twist. Wow, he's delighted with that performance.
Very crisp on the execution, Craig.
It was very solid in the landings. He really did work those combination tumbles to gain the difficulty. That's what gymnasts do, combining twisting skills to twisting skills. What's really good about the change in the code now that on the men's floor they must show a double somersault. Look there, full, wraps into the 2.5. That opening tumble was so precise. And such a young gymnast with great potential.
Yeah, he's come through a very structured junior program now.
And there's a 3.5 with the straight front half turn. Judges are really looking for the landings with the chest vertical rather than crouched down or bent over. And this is the amplitude of the tumbling that you look for. This is the double X circle work, really, the Russian Wendy swing, what we often see on the pommel horse. And then there you can see, wraps in, final tumble, the triple twist. Really interesting, lots of the round-offs that these gymnasts are doing technically don't look that great. They sort of go around the side a little bit and skew out the floor to create the twist.
All the hard work was worth it. Bram has raised his game for this men's final.
And he's really shown he can perform well. This was the 3rd time he's done that floor.
14.333 for Bram. What a World Championship debut for him. The way is made clear for the reigning world floor champion, Kenzo Shirai. Packed with difficulty. You will not see a harder floor routine in the world than this.
Well, counter twists, triple twisting, triple back straight, quickly back down the other way. He repeats it again in the tuck position. 2 tumbles, 6 twists, 4 somersaults. There's the 3.5 into the 2.5 twist. 7/10 more difficult than the second hardest routine in this final. There you go, full twist into another triple twist. Slow the tempo down now. Lift to handstand. Must hold this for 2 seconds, and he does. Got a real pace about this routine. Slight jump. There we go, 3.5 into another full twist. Lots of space, steps into the corner. Watch this for the final tumble. Count the twists. Up into the air, that's a quadruple twist. The defending world champion, masterclass, Kenzo Shirai.
He's got to win it for the 3rd time. He was world champion in 2013 and 2015. Surely 2017 is his too.
Well, he looked under pressure there, didn't he? Because, of course, the big story was he stepped onto the floor at the Rio Olympics, everyone assuming the medal was won, and he fell, unbelievably. So he's not the Olympic champion, of course. Max Whitlock's that. But I think he was very keen to come here and show the world just what he could do. You see 3 twists, 2 somersaults. All the other gymnasts, the most they can do is 2 twists in a double somersault.
And actually, the pressure was off him because Max isn't in this final. He a bit of a nightmare in qualification, didn't make it through to the top qualifiers here. But so Kenzo could really go out with that cushion.
Of course, I'm sure he said to me in the warm-up, "I'm really pleased Max has not made the final. It means I can win it." So he did thank me for that. So yeah, but Max will be back definitely to challenge. But for me, that is one of the routines of the entire World Championships.
Well, we saw him finish with 4 twists. Again, the only gymnast, most of the rest finished with 3 twists, and that's why his difficulty score is so much higher, 7-2.
15-6, 3-3. No one can challenge that. The deserved champion, we'll call him for now, but we have to wait until the end because who knows what these gymnasts have been working on in the warm-up, Jim Craig.
A miracle then.
Artem Dolgoplyet, 20 years old. He's the 4th highest qualifier. That's just outside the medals at the European Championships and capable of high 14s.
Oh, and that is a fabulous double front with 1.5 twists. Really unusual tumble there. Twist back, 2 somersaults linked immediately. Means you get double the bonus points. And the 4 twist, just like Shirai. Superb. Double twisting front in that series. So you get the value for both those difficult tumbles plus some bonus points for linking them together. This is a packed routine filled with quite a lot of originality, and he's good on the support phase as well. The double leg circles. Very stylish. Here comes that final tumble. See what he can show us. Triple twist, just a little pace, and that was probably the difference. He had a little pace on every landing, but the difficulty was fabulous.
It certainly was. 7/10 on difficulty behind Shirai. I did say Shirai was the only person to quad twist, but I'm mistaken. And great to see Israel represented in this final. Goes back to Alexander Shatilov, who was a great floor worker. So they have got the tradition there, and it really does work our twisting combinations really well. And as you were saying, Christine, this is what gymnasts do to build the bonus. And look here, stands up. There's a 3.5 into the double twist, and it looks like he was very close to the line there, but we couldn't see from this angle.
But lovely height in the second somersault. The first somersault one height and then punch the floor and goes higher. That's really impressive.
It's interesting that working on the twisting elements, because you have to send your somersaults much higher to come down, as opposed to the rotation of the somersaults, which can throw you out of the floor area. So actually, if you're containing it and compressing your routines, it's not a big area to work in, so the twisting elements often help you contain the energy.
Yeah, and I think because in my floor routine I used to do 3 combinations together, and the aim was always the one prior to the finale was low into the floor.
14.533 for Dolga Payet. That could well challenge for a medal. Shirai leads, Payet second at the moment. Yo Moldauer, current US floor champion, next up. Very stylish.
Well, straight there into a big opening twisting element. That's the double Arabian with a half turn. We've been impressed with this young man from the USA. Double twist into the full, spots the landing. Almost gripped the floor area with his toes there. And that's the flare work. Spindle up into the handstand, back down into the flares. Up again. Three and a half, straight front half turn. He's the American floor champion, and you can see why. And this is one of the gymnasts we picked for the Style Award. Got a nice rhythm to the routine. Can he hang on now? The final tumble needs to be secure. Stands up, triple twist, little adjustment on landing. But what a performance from the young American.
What a floor final we're seeing here. The crowd are absolutely going mad for this, and rightly so. That deserves to go into second.
Yeah, beautifully performed. Great pace to the routine. He zipped through it, didn't he? I mean, this is the apparatus that sort of defines gymnastics, isn't it? Lovely double Arabian with a half turn out. When people think of being a gymnast, they think of people doing round-off backflips and somersaults. That's what, for most people, gymnastics is. And this is the blue ribbon event from that point of view. But he really is stylish. Lovely landings. I don't think he really took a deduction on a landing till the very last one.
Interesting, Chris, on the style. He's actually got the lowest lowest on the difficulty, but he was third in qualification, so it's very difficult for the judges to take something off.
Of course, they start with 10, and the judges deduct from the 10 for mistakes, and whatever they're left with is added to the difficulty score to give you your score. So if they think he only lost 0.5, he'll have an execution score of 9.5, which is massive.
14.533, the score he needs. Oh, it's 14.5. He's into third.
And they were quite tough, 8.7 in execution, so they found some points to take away.
Dolga Payet hangs on in that silver medal position. Kenzo Shirai streets ahead. But it's going to be that battle for silver and bronze that all of these gymnasts will have their eye on. And Manrique Lardouet will have something to say as far as that challenge is concerned. He was 7th at the World Championships in 2015. 5th in the all-round just a few days ago. Bid for an individual medal here.
Run, double pike front. Land as if you've just done a straight jump. Little hop back, the double straight with the half turn in that second somersault. But he floats through the air. Well disciplined in the landings. And it's all so simple. The double Arabian with the half turn out. His timing is immaculate. Oh, just went forwards rather than up there. Just a hop, but it will be a little deduction. Another beautifully stylish gymnast. Oh, look at that, 3.5 twist, front with full twist. Beautiful double Arabian to finish, kicked it out perfectly.
Well, this is the battle of routine for routine. Oh.
Well, he had a 6 difficulty in qualification. He's such a powerful gymnast, but for me, he's always a little bit twitchy on the landings. Little jump here, little hop there, and they add up between every tumble, 5, 6, 7, 8 tenths over the whole routine. This is really difficult, the double layout, and then at the last minute you drop the shoulder, half turn, so it is literally a blind landing. That was a hop back, that would be a 3/10. And then you can see there you go, double twist. I think he was going to full twist there, and he just snatched it a little bit with a straight front. But there you can see, he finds these tumbles so easy. Just runs, double front, and that's another 3/10. So it's well doing the big skills, but you just need to control them. Yeah, that was one of the better tumbles, just maybe a 10th there. You can see the difference between Shirai's routine and Larduet just on those landings.
Well, surely he's going to be over 14, but he needs 14.5 for bronze at this stage. Oh, 14.1, 6th.
Well, the judges spotted the hops as well. That's their job. Down 8-1 on execution.
They're hot, aren't they, these judges, I tell you. So there's the top 3 as it stands. Moldauer, Olga Payet and Shirai in the lead.
Well, I think the judges are doing their job. They've got them in the right order so far.
Well, next up is the second highest qualifier. The powerhouse that is Donnell Wittenberg. 23 years old. Now he's had his trouble with injury. Is he fully repaired?
And he is powerful. Watch this. Double twist into the double front somersault. Hugely difficult. Full twist into the double pike. Boundless energy. And he can go backwards. Double twist in, double back in the straight position. 3 of the most difficult tumbles you will see. 2.5. A little adjustment there. The non-acrobatic element. And look at that for strength. A cross between a Maltese off the rings and a top planche on the floor. Another double twisting, double back, this time in the tuck position. Yet again, we're seeing a few little hops around the floor. He'll need a good finish if he's to push for a medal. No doubt it'll be big. Double Arabian with a half bounce. Solid landing. Donnell Wittenberg might just be in the running.
Well, he's through. It didn't quite have the flair of the other routines, Chris, but it had the difficulty. And in this game, that's an interesting relationship between execution and difficulty.
It is, and this was a massive routine. Look, that was a full twisting front into a double pike front. This I loved. This is what you call strength, isn't it? The definition of strength.
Especially at this point in the routine.
That's right, and then a little bounce off the floor. But, I mean, he's a big guy. He has to work hard to control the routine and keep it inside the floor, and that was his final tumble and was his best landing. He'd lost the adrenaline rush by then, because that's the trouble. That's why they can't control the landings. They're so pumped. And that's the big thing about gymnastics. You have to have two facets. You have to have the adrenaline to do the big stuff, but be able to control it.
14-1-6-6. It is not Donnell's day. Two more gymnasts left to go then in this men's floor final at the World Championships. To you live from Montreal. Here's the youngest gymnast in this floor final. Quite an age range, 18 to 31. Milad Karami in Kazakhstan. Scored 14.325 in qualification with a 6-1 difficulty. So going for execution here.
Oh, and another beautiful twisting technique. He's quite a long gymnast, slight legs, but wraps those twists in so well. Such a contrast of styles we're seeing in this floor routine as well, but there's no trouble with launching himself up in the air, double twisting, double tuck. The standard is really quite phenomenal. Or just a little bit of lack of experience there on that landing. And that's how he'd like every landing to be. This is the test. Have you got the nerves under control? He has. So a little puff. Pushes hard into the final triple, and he just didn't quite have the legs to get to the finish. That's when, if you're a slight gymnast, you're struggling a bit. You want the power behind you to be able to finish it off under pressure.
But we've said not long out of the juniors, and a great, great future ahead of him, I'm sure. You can see the potential, absolutely, Craig.
Yes, absolutely. And I was just going to say, actually, the lack of experience there just shows that the gymnasts over the years need to keep the concentration to the final tumble. We've often seen Shirai in his early days make the mistakes, and he's developed into a great champion. But he had some great tumbling at the height there, and the double twisting, double back in the tuck position. He really used the combination and the twisting tumbles well to build his difficulty. And let's not forget, just 18 years of age.
Yeah, and he is spotting those landings. Even the blind landing like that, he's managing to grip onto it.
Oh yeah, he knew where he was, and he's got the technique to be able to do it. He just tried to be a bit too precise there, and I do think he just probably needs a little bit more leg strength to be able to deal with that type of pressure situation.
Yeah, and Kazakhstan have had some good floors in the past. The likes of Fedorchenko has won medals at world and European level.
They've got a great heritage, and his techniques are very good. Once he's got the maturity and experience, he's going to be a main player.
13-2-6-6. Karami, a useful debut here at the World Championships.
Very much so.
One to keep an eye on for Tokyo 2020. Look, over a mark ahead of second Kenzo Shirai. Tolga Payet hanging on. Yo Moldova in that third medal position at the moment with a 14.5. Gymnast from Republic of Korea, Kim Han-sol, qualified with the 5th highest score. He's been in a couple of world finals. Is this his year for a medal?
Well, certainly want to challenge. Big 3.5 twist. Immediately into the straight front half turn. That was lovely. The double pike front with a half turn. He's got to really spot these landings. That was good, the twisting combination. It's going well. And very solid there, the double twisting, double bike. Slow the routine down. The Russian bendy swing. So that's the non-acrobatic box ticked. There's a slight glance to the side to keep an eye on the time. Gymnasts of 70 seconds. Full. Into another 2.5. He's going well. Slight adjustment there. Come on. That's the sound he's got to finish. Wraps in. Triple twist. Such a shame, that routine. It would have challenged, I think, if it wasn't for those last two little errors.
And it just shows it's nothing to do with the difficulty. He fell over his feet stepping into the corner. That's nothing to do with whether you can step into the corner or not. It's to do with the emotion getting on top of you. Lovely height.
Well, when you know you're capable of the score for bronze, it's tough when you're last up.
Well, I honestly think, Chris, I don't know about you, but I thought that was worthy of the medal up to the last, that step in the corner and the last tumble.
Yeah, I think so. And of course, he probably thought it was as well. And then you start getting ahead of yourself and thinking, wow, if I can just land this last tumble, I've got a medal. And then you fall over your feet going into the half turn. And
it was when he looked into the corner for the time. You know, the concentration is, don't look into the corner for the time, listen for the buzzer and concentrate.
Yeah. You can see the focus lose him. But he's a very sort of natural gymnast, isn't he? He's got natural style. There we are. There we are. So, I mean, even though you are only standing in the corner, it's still a deduction if you have to lift your foot up to get your balance. So the USA men waiting there. They know this is a big score.
It's not going to be enough. Surely it's not going to be enough to challenge. No, it isn't. It's a 14.1 for Kim Hansel. A story of what could have been for him. But there is the world floor champion. For the third time, he retains his title. Kenzo Shirai from Japan. Artem Dolgopayat of Israel. He takes the silver medal, and Yo Moldauer, in a stylish fashion, takes the bronze. It was never in doubt, was it?
No, it wasn't.
For Kenzo.
No, Kenzo Shirai. I mean, as long as he could stay on his feet. But he's such an emphatic champion, you know.
And you know, we're talking about the risk of the gymnast go for the execution. Do they go for the difficulty? Well, he has the whole package.
Yeah.
He's got the difficulty and he's got the execution to match. I mean, 1.1 to second place. I mean, that is just domination.
Unheard of, really, at this level. And a great guy. He's just got hold of the other two and said, come on, photo time.
And I mean, obviously here we are at the World Championships, and you think of those gymnasts that can challenge him. Obviously we're in the absence here of Max Whitlock. He's in the mix. Yo Moldauer, he's going to come good, very good. I mean, the skill level that he has at a young age, the future as far as his challenges are concerned, I mean, Kenzo must be feeling quite happy.
Oh, absolutely. And what the young guys have got to do is, not only have they got to raise their execution and their difficulty at the same time.
Yeah.
It's okay to say to Moldauer, oh, we need you to put an extra 6/10 on your routine, but can you do 6/10 with the same execution? Because that's what you'll need to do to challenge. But super gymnast, really exciting to watch and very artistic.
We've seen a great difference in styles. We've seen quite a variety here on that floor.
Confirmation of the medalists from the men's floor here at the World Championships. Kenzo Shirai by over a mark takes the gold ahead of Artem Dolgopayat. He takes the silver, and Yo Moldauer from the USA is the US floor champion, takes bronze. Still 4 more finals to come for you here, live on the red button. You can see highlights of this competition tomorrow. We'll bring you details of that a little bit later on. But this moment is all about Kenzo Shirai and his world domination on floor.
I think, Matt, he's going to go back home and work hard. He wants that all around.
Yeah.
I think that's what he'll be coming for at the next World Championships.
So back to the gym to get on the pommel horse and the rings is what you're saying.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Chance to enjoy some highlights from Moldauer's routine.
He very much, Moldau, does everything the coach would want to see. And this routine tied it up a little bit, will challenge.
Well, the next final will be the women's vault. And joining Chris and I in the commentary box is Beth Tweddle. Hey, Beth.
Hey, how are you?
As a former world floor champion, what did you make of that lot?
That was unbelievable. I mean, he just defied all the gymnasts you can see, just looking at him thinking, if only. But, I mean, credit to him, he's worked hard, but I think Christine's right. He's now...
No doubt in her country is seen as a great leader and a sports person.
Well, you could imagine that from the reception she's had here. We have obviously got new gymnastic fans, and they're celebrating and applauding the fact that she is a real legend within gymnastics. And I think if you've got that as much as the world champion got, you know, so I think there's a great amount of respect for her. But great vault final there. Worthy winner, Maria Paseka from Russia.
And I think this is the ceremony for the men's floor.
So the VIPs being introduced to the arena.
So these are the 3 technical committee members who are going to present the medals to the men's floor winners. And for USA, Yul Mulder taking the bronze medal in what was an absolutely stunning men's final.
It was indeed. And I'm sure this won't be the last we see of this young man.
And the silver medalist from Israel, really very impressive. I did think, I don't know what you thought, Craig, but when this tidies up a little bit, this will probably be the routine that can start to get somewhere near Kenzo Shirai.
Absolutely, and he equalled Kenzo Shirai's quadruple twist. 6-5 on difficulty, so it was the second most difficult routine. But he's got to find another 7/10s, and in the gymnastic world, people know that is a lot to find, and also deliver it and execute it well. However, there's no mistake in the champion today.
Gold medalist, world champion, defending his title, Kenzo Shirai. Completely dominating the floor final. Over a mark ahead of the next gymnast. And probably, as Matt said in commentary, the greatest floor worker we have seen. Able to show us skills from all areas, twisting, forwards, backwards, multiple somersaults.
A fine display of what is physically possible on that piece of apparatus, and the mind boggles at what is possible and where this sport is going. But for now, that man is the one who defies gravity. Moldova takes the bronze back to the USA. We'll turn and hear the national anthem of Japan. Kenzo Shirai gets the gold to add to the bronze that he got in the men's all-around competition. There's your 1, 2 and 3. Kenzo Shirai, Artem Dolgopayet and Yun Moldova. So as they clear the stage, brace yourselves, everyone, for the arrival of the finest pommel horse workers in the world. And amongst them,